Alright, here we are with a Week 14 predictions video. There was only about two games left. Both games were between teams. None of them had more than 3 wins, I believe. And I hadn't heard anything about any of those games being played, so I went ahead and advanced it. It's kind of a late night advance, I know, so when everybody wakes up and gets on the chat and things like that, we'll be advanced, and the full schedule and the prediction video should be out. If You should be streaming your games, are supposed to be streamed. That should be all divisional games and the games of the week. If you've got an issue, the reason you can't stream, or your Wi-Fi is bad, or you're plugged into a McDonald's or something like that, let one of the commissioners know. The commissioners are CJ, he's the Seahawks user; Dwayne, he's the Cowboys user; Jets, excuse me, not the Jets anymore. I forgot the Sunbon's gone. Twan, he's the Titans user; myself, I'm the Bears user; and Chap, he's the Ravens user. We're not gonna make you play a game if your Wi-Fi is bad. If you believe somebody's breaking rules or something like that, make sure you message one of the before mentioned commissioners, and with proof, preferably. I'm not gonna be able to do much if you don't have anything. It's just hearsay. See, he's it's late, guys. He say, she say. That being said, I'm gonna go over everything for this. I'm gonna even give everybody a small, like, my predictor for the playoffs. I got nothing but time right now, and I'm awake, so I'm gonna go over everything. We're gonna get a good, solid predictions video in. I'm gonna post the schedule. Daddy Leagues has already been updated, so there's that to note. Um, Everybody's doing a great job by getting games advanced and things like that as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. We are gonna start with the same thing we always start with: the weekly awards. Matt Breida was your NFC Offensive Player of the Week with 14 carries, 136 yards, and 3 rushing touchdowns. He also added a 68-yard reception for a touchdown. So good numbers there for him. Lions always like to get their running backs involved. NFC Defensive Player of the Week, DeAndre Baker with 5 tackles, 2 picks, and a touchdown. AFC Offensive Player of the Week, Austin Ekeler. I think he was 4 yards short of breaking the single game rushing record, but 26 carries, 350 yards, and 3 rushing touchdowns. So really all around good game for him. We know that Jay Will likes to run the ball strong with Ekeler. Xavier Howard, 8 tackles, 1 reception, 1 score for the Dolphins. Pretty good week there. Let's go ahead and go over the yearly awards while we're standing here. The NFL MVP race is led by the running back for the Jets, Zachary Evans, followed by Austin Ekeler, running back for the Chargers, and Anthony Brown, the defensive back for the Lions. I think he's like 29 or 30 and a strong safety. 76 overall. It's crazy to see him this far up here. I guess he's his user. I know he's got like 95 speed or something like that. So really good for him there. Coach of the year, led by Jay Martin. We know Jimothy, the Ravens user, followed by Kit Brown, that's Peso, the Giants user, and Sean Payton, who's the Falcons user, which is Noob or Clifton, whatever you want to call him. The AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Zachary Evans leads the way, followed by Ekeler. Defensive Player of the Year, Jabril Coe, followed by Jamel Dean, his new team, Buffalo, playing very well. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Zachary Evans, followed by the quarterback for the Titans, Bryce Young. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Elias Ricks, the cornerback for the Jets. I believe he's the nickel corner, followed by Fred Davis II. I'm not sure his position. It's either corner or safety for the Chargers there. Best QB, Tua Tagovailoa for the Broncos. Best running back, Zach Evans for the Jets. Best wide receiver, Rondale Moore for the Bengals. Best O-line, Trey Adams for the Chargers. Best D-line, Kayvon Chasen for the Patriots. Best linebacker, Jabril Coe for the Jets. Best defensive back, Jamel Dean for Buffalo. And all-important best kicker, Will Reichard for the Titans. NFC side, the Offensive Player of the Year, led by J.K. Dobbins, really getting all the workload for Atlanta. He's doing a really good job. Tariq Cohen putting up his usual numbers and things like that for the Bears, followed by Matt Breida for the Lions, all putting up really good numbers. Defensive Player of the Year, Anthony Brown leads the way. We've already talked about him for the Lions, followed by Brian Burns, the sack machine for the Panthers, and then middle linebacker Alex Anzalone for the Redskins, playing very well. Offensive Rookie of the Year, rookie wide receiver Jalen Curry leads the way. I think he was drafted 4th overall at a 59 overall. Already up to a 73 overall. He's got mad speed, so he does really well. Sam Adams, rookie running back for the Redskins, and DeMarcus Bowman, a rookie running back for the Packers. Defensive Rookie of the Year, number 2 overall pick, Patrick Queen, leading the way at middle linebacker for the Panthers. followed by Jalen Jones, the cornerback for the Rams, and Miles Murphy. Not sure position. It might be outside linebacker for the Saints. Best QB, Joe Burrow for the Giants. J.K. Dobbins, best running back for the Falcons. Odell Beckham Jr. For the Bears, leading best wide receiver. Best O-line, Tyron Smith for the Giants. Best D-line, Fletcher Cox, the ageless wonder for the Eagles. Best linebacker, Brian Burns for the Panthers. Best defensive back, Anthony Brown for the Lions. And best kicker, Aldrick Rosas. 90 overall kicker for the Giants. Hear me coughing so much, guys. I got the Rona or something like that, I guess. Let's go over some statistical leaders while we get a chance as well. Your NFL passing leader at this point forward is Tua Tagovailoa with 3,301 yards. The touchdown race being led by Bryce Young of the Titans with 31 touchdowns, followed by Jacob Eason for the Patriots. Most interceptions, Kyler Murray leads the way with 36, followed by Jalen Hurts with 34. Let's see here. Rushing, Zach Evans leads the way, 1,975 yards. I gotta believe 26 touchdowns leading the way as well. Yes, it is. Let's see here. Most fumbles, Trevor Lawrence, the QB for the Bears, leads the way there. Receiving, OBJ leads the league, probably in both. He's tied for the league leader in receptions, 61 with Parrish Burney for the Packers. But leading the league, 1,252 yards. He has 8 scores. Jalen McGraw with 14 touchdowns in the New Look Bills offense, followed by Donovan Peoples with 13. Worst O-lineman in the league right now is rookie left tackle Nolan Rumler out of Michigan for the Titans. Really needs to shore him up. On the defensive side of the ball, a lot of people with 76 total tackles. Deion Jones, Leighton Vander Esch, Tavius Brown, and Jalen Smith. Wow, 2 Cowboys in there, making lots of tackles, Dwayne. Tackles for loss, Terrell Lewis, outside linebacker for the Jets. 3 Jets right off the rip like that, wow. Sacks, Caleb Chasen with 21.5, followed by Brian Burns and Fletcher Cox. Interceptions, 14 for Anthony Brown, 11 for Jamel Dean, 9 for Jalen Ramsey. Forced fumbles, 5 for Jeff Gladney and 5 for Derwin James, also 5 for Bobby Wagner. 3 defensive touchdowns for Anthony Brown leads the way. 2 safeties for Tim Riggins leads the way. Let's see here. Just trying to hit up everything a little bit while we can in a video like this. The best percentage for a kicker to this point forward is going to be Aldrick Rosas, 16 of 16. That's 100%. Also, a 57-yard field goal. The longest of the year, 62 by 3 people. Brendan Ruiz, Josh Lambo, and Matt Gay. All hitting from way out there. Kick returning. Let's see if anybody has more than 1. It's a bunch of people with 1. Punt returning. Only 2 punt returns for touchdowns all year. Jalen Knighton for the Saints and Tariq Cohen for the Bears. Alright, let's go ahead and go on over to the predictions, and then we'll do a little bit of a playoff breakdown if we can. I know we still have a lot of games left. 4 games left is way early for a playoff breakdown, but I'm going to go over like some predictions and things like that at least. League schedule. First time I'm looking at it, same as y'all, so I need to look over this and decide a few games of the week. Let me see here. Games of the week are going to be... I try not to do divisional games, obviously, because those are going to get streamed. But I'm trying to get as many games streamed as we can. We're going to do Jets Cards, for sure, for one. This would normally, I would do one, but Pats are not playing very well. I'm not even sure if he's going to get to play this game, so we're going to skip that one. We're going to go with Cowboys Buccaneers. Both these teams kind of fell back the past few weeks. I need to get back on track with victory. I think the overall best game of the week is probably this one, Jags and Titans. But that game should be streamed anyway. So we're going to start off the predictions with the Jaguars at the Titans. One second, let me pull up Daddy Leaks so that I can see everybody's records. Alright, Daddy League's been updated as well. Jags are 8-4, lost the first matchup to the Titans, who are 9-3. Kind of if I remember, it was like week 2, maybe week 1. It was very, very early in the season. I think he blew a fourth quarter lead, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it was week 2. Titans won 31-24. Yeah, he had to come back in the fourth quarter to win the game. Pretty even game all around. So hopefully the Jags will be able to finish it up in this one. If he does get the victory, they'll be tied. I'm not sure who the tiebreaker would go to. Probably the Jaguars, because I know the Titans has another divisional loss somewhere. Um, that being said, Titans are playing very well. Bryce Young playing exactly how he's supposed to be playing. Jackson not get to play a game last week, took a force win over the Packers. I'm going to take the Titans here by about 7 to 10 points. Next, we got the Browns at the Chiefs, and the Chiefs was dogging on me because I always pick against them and stuff like that. I don't get to watch them play enough. Browns are 5-7, just won a game past few weeks. Beat the Cowboys in a big game 2 weeks ago, I believe, like that. For a big victory for him. I think he's ripped off 3 wins in a row as of last week. He beat the Eagles, who were smack dab in the middle of the playoff race. So the Browns now have 2 games back. On the Ravens, he can do it. It's possible. So he needs to win every single game. He's going to be motivated to play this game. Definitely trying to get both his running backs 1,000 yards. Chiefs has been playing decently well. He gave up a lot of running yards, 350 of them to the Chargers last week. That's not what you want to hear when you go against Cleveland because they run the ball. So I think the Browns are going to have a field day rushing the ball. I think Kansas City will be able to score on offense decently well, but it won't be enough to win the game. I'm going to take the Browns by not a few scores. We'll go like 7 to 10 points. Next, we get the Bills and Texans. Bills are 8-4. Texans are 3-9. Kind of been slipping. Hasn't played a lot of games on the schedule this year. He's got to pick it up and get back where he's supposed to be doing there. Buffalo's playing better than anybody. He beat the Jets for the first time last week. One of my upsets that I predicted. That being said, I think if this game gets played, Buffalo should take care of this one with ease. No real defensive weapons there for the Texans. We got the Panthers at the Falcons. Panthers are 4-8. Falcons are 10-2, playing really, really, really good this year. Running the ball strong. I know these 2 teams have played, and it was a blowout for the Falcons. This one's probably going to follow suit in that if it gets played. Let me take Atlanta here by 3 to 4 touchdowns. I skip over this one because it's game of the week. Packers at the Lions. Packers internet is down right now, so I doubt this game gets played. Under some crazy nonsense that actually does get played. Lions not playing as well late. I think Packers can keep it close, but I'm going to take Lions by about 7 to 10 points. Should be his win either way. Alright, CJ, the Seahawks versus the Vikings. Vikings are 2-10. Lost the fair sim last week to the Colts. Seahawks are 6-6. Definitely smack dab in the middle of that wild card race with lots of teams. This should be his game. Hurts playing well, but Seattle's got all the momentum in the world right now. I know he's got at least 2 wins in a row, might be more. So I'm going to take Seattle here. Giants at the Redskins. Redskins also one of those teams in the NFC playoff race at 5-7. Lost a tough game last week, I believe, to the Rams, 30-20. That's tough. That's a tough one to swallow there, especially as close as everything is in the NFC. Giants playing really well. He's 11-1. I think he's going to take care of business this game in a very close game. I think the Skins probably have a lead or something like that, and then Peso kind of shores it up in the fourth quarter and gets it done and gets the victory. So I'm going to take Giants here by 3 points. That's it. No Broncos user yet. I thought we had a guy for a while, but he's not even answering in chat anymore. So it's going to be a Saints force win unless something crazy happens. Next, we have the Eagles at the Bengals. Bengals are going to surprise people, I think, in the coming years. He plays bad defense, but he plays really good offense. He's got a good quarterback now. Jamie Newman. Rondale Moore is a monster. So I think if he gets him the football and he can kind of stop the Eagles on defense at least a little bit, he has a chance to win the game. That being said, I think the Eagles are going to rebound this week with a 7 to 10 point victory. I think that Fletcher Cox is going to live in that backfield. Jamie Newman is going to be running for his life. The Eagles, by the way, are 7-5, currently holding the last wild card spot. Bengals are 2-10. Raiders are 3-9, facing the 10-2 Chargers. Chargers run the ball better than anybody. Raiders are having a real down year this year, so this one's going to be a one-sided affair, I believe. I'm going to take the Chargers here by a few scores. Pats at Rams. I hope J-Drop plays this game. I know he's talking about how he's maybe out for the rest of the year. Definitely his next game. I don't think it would matter if he played or not. Jimothy's playing better than anybody. Jimmy's got his team right where he needs it to be, and J-Drop not playing all that well. Caleb on Chasen really carrying his defense with 21.5 sacks. And Jacob Eason's been okay, but they're not putting up enough numbers there. Give me Rams by a few scores. 49ers at Dolphins. 49ers are 4-8, Dolphins 6-6. He's definitely in the wild card race in the AFC side. First season with the league. Playing really good, runs the ball really strong. 49ers have a good defense, can struggle to score on offense. Dolphins also have a good defense. I think it's just that Dolphins are pretty decent on both sides of the ball. 49ers can't seem to move the ball. So give me the Dolphins here by 14 points. Low scoring game, something like 20-6. We'll skip the next one. It's game of the week. Colts at Bears. Colts are 1-11. Bears 6-6. One of those NFC teams in the wild card fight. Colts really struggling to score all year this year. He's been a shout out a few times. Bears got their team going where they want to. A really balanced offense the past few weeks. I know Cohen's over 1,000 yards. OBJ leads the league in receiving. So got to cut down the turnovers. They should play better, but this should be their victory. I'm going to take Bears here by a few scores. Got the Ravens at the Steelers. Good divisional matchup. These two play each other tough. Chap, I don't want to say he's on a warpath, but he's playing better this year than probably any year he's been this Madden. He's 7-5, leads the division by 2 games over the Browns, and he has a tiebreaker, I believe. So probably kind of close it up with a victory here. Steelers are 3-9. Lost the fair sum last week to the Bengals. So I mean, this should be a Ravens victory. Don't be surprised if Chaps are throwing a whole bunch of turnovers. Steelers could win this game. The 2 games of the week: Jets are 10-2, Cards 6-6. One of those NFC teams that are 6-6. It's like 4 of them, all trying to get that last wild card spot. It's a real race. Jets lost last week for the first time without Saban. So he's gonna have to rebound here. Only put up 12 points on the Bills. Cards run the ball very strong, and that's what the Jets new user kind of just seems to struggle with. I think this game's going to be closer than people think it's going to be. But as Twan pointed out last week, he's the humble beast. He's going to be coming for this victory. He's not going to get shit on 2 weeks in a row. So I'm going to take the Jets by 10 points in this one on the road in Arizona. Next we have Cowboys at Bucks. Let's see here. Cowboys are 6-6. One of those NFC teams at 6-6. Bucks are 5-7. Bunny probably eliminated contention with the loss to the Bears last week. It's still an outside chance. It's definitely possible, but he is in must-win mode. He has to win this game. Dallas also, I would probably put in, you have to win this game. There's so many 6-6 and 5-7 teams in the NFC. So I think it's gonna be a must-win game. I think that Bunny's gonna be crushing some dreams over these last few weeks. I'm gonna take the Bucks here. Team's just gonna be too good. He's gonna beat the Cowboys by 7 points. Give me Bucks 24-17. Let's scroll on over to the standings. I'm just gonna give everybody an update of where we stand, at least to this point. NFC side, Rams are 12-0. I'll go by division first. AFC North, Ravens are 7-5. Browns are 5-7. Ravens also own the tiebreaker. This one pretty cut and dry. 4 games left. Ravens don't have the worst schedule either. I'm gonna take the Ravens to win the division. AFC South, this one really gonna be a decider. This Titans win. It's their race to lose. I think they're gonna win this week. They should win the division over the Jags. Jets 10-2. Bills 8-4. It's possible, but I don't think that they lose 2 more times. It definitely one of them would have to be this week against the Cards. So I'm gonna take the Jets to win this division. AFC West, Chargers 10-2. He's got this division locked up. 4 games left. He's up 4 games on a CPU. Lions 8-4. 2 games left up on the Bears. Probably not catchable. They do play one more time this season, but the Lions have to drop into the game, and their schedule is pretty fair to finish the season. So Lions are gonna win this division. Falcons 10-2, Saints 8-4. Saints have been losing lately, and it's really been hurting them. They do on the tiebreaker at this point, but they do play again later in the season. I think Falcons, even if they lose the Saints next time they play, which I don't think they will, but if they do, you'll probably still win the division. Giants are 11-1, Eagles 7-5. This one's cut and dry. This is gonna be an Eagles division win. He's already won it actually. NFC West, Rams 12-0. They've already won the division. Cards and Seahawks both 6-6. So let's go look at the playoff races. In the AFC, the 1 seed to this point is the Jets, 2 seeds the Chargers, 3 seeds the Titans, 4 seed is the Ravens, 7-5. The current 2 wild card holders are both 8-4, the Bills and the Jaguars. The teams in the race, Dolphins and Broncos, are probably the only 2. Broncos CPU is probably eliminated. Um, you know, 6-6 for the Dolphins is possible. It definitely is. For him to catch Buffalo, he's going to need to win his next. I think they play one more time, actually, if I'm correct. Um, Jags going to take a loss this week, so if Dolphins won, he'd be 7-6. It's possible, but I'm going to predict that the Bills and Jags finish this up as 2 wildcard teams. Both of them playing really good football right now. That should be what that is. Only other team that has a chance is the Browns to catch the Ravens. I don't think they will, but so I'm going to take that being your 6, those top 6 right there. In the NFC, now this one's the crazy one. Usually the NFC is cut and dry, and the AFC has the wild races at the end. But it is going to be a shit show. Rams 12-0 currently hold the 1 seed. Giants are 11-1 and the tiebreaker over the Falcons. He probably holds the 2 seed unless he absolutely collapses over the next few weeks. Atlanta, assuming he wins this division, which he should, he's going to get the 3 seed. Lions are 8-4, holding the 4 seed. He should be able to hold on to the Bears, even if he loses to him. I imagine that he still finishes 11-5. My best I can finish is 10-6. That leaves 2 wild card spots. Saints are 8-4, holding 1 right now. I thought this was locked up a few weeks ago when he was 8-2 or 8-1 or whatever he was. 8-2 or 8-1, whatever he was. But he's been tripping up the last 2 games. Lost 2 in a row. Eagles are 7-5, holding the 2nd wild card spot. Now nipping at their heels, there's 4 6-6 teams: Bears, Cardinals, Seahawks, Cowboys. Bucks and Skins both 5-7 is possible, but it would take some kind of craziness. Definitely at this point, any of these teams that say a loss probably eliminates you unless everybody else loses as well. But you cannot afford to fall 2 games back on the Eagles. If he wins this week, you have to win this week. I think the Saints will make the playoffs. I think he'll finish with 11 or 12 wins, probably. Probably not 12, but he'll finish with 10 or 11. Yeah, he should make the playoffs. Eagles, he's been up and down. I try not to be too biased. I do own the tiebreaker over the Seahawks. He's the one I'm most. Oh, and the Cardinals. I beat them both this season. So if I tie with them, I'm gonna win. It's gonna be tough. I know Dwayne's got some tough games down the stretch. I'm trying not to be too biased, but I think I'm gonna take myself to win the division. To win the last wild card spot over the Eagles. Could be very close. If we tie, it's going to come down to NFC wins. We're both 6-4 at the moment, so we're going to have 2 NFC games left. I'm interested to go look at the schedule real quick while I have a second, and there's no real rush. My last 2 NFC games are Vikings and Lions. His last 2 NFC games are Redskins and Giants. He also has a game against the Ravens, and even this week against the Bengals. So he's got a tough stretch down. Yeah, I'm gonna stick myself with this one. We've got a few games against users with not as many wins. Colts, Vikings, and Texans. So this should be the Bears' race to lose, I think. Now that being said, I can't imagine anything else I could go over for a predictions video at this point. Make sure you're getting your games in, guys. Great job to everyone. We'll advance as soon as we can. I'm going to go and post this at the bottom of the page. Everybody wake up and have a good day.